game takes forever to load. I wonder why. Welcome everybody, this is Thor with Game Design Lexicon. Shout out X-Man, how's it going? Today is Volcano Princess Day. You'll have to excuse me while I did get some sleep last night. It wasn't very productive, I guess. I slept like 9 hours, man, but for some reason I woke up still tired and yesterday it kind of sucked because I'm sure it affected how well I was playing that Zach McCracken game, but today I don't really have to follow anything. No mind stuff, just me and my daughter here. So let's get back to it. Let's figure out where we are. She's 15 years old, so she's almost grown up. Dare I say she's almost legal? But no, I probably shouldn't say that. But I already did, so I already went there. Sorry. A small bag sits at the door. There are shiny seeds inside. I've never seen such seeds before. What are they, I wonder? Scrub that from the record. Yeah, too late now. Oh well. Ancient miracle seeds. Get my male horse milk here. Let's see. What does this girl want?
Hi.
Mr. Thorny, good morning. Hello, Mona. Are you here to see Shelza? That's right. Is she free now? Yeah. Go. I don't know why I wouldn't call her on these things. I mean, they're always extra, like, stuff. You know, so, like, they're extra stuff that she can do and advantageous. I can do it. All right, let's go. So what is this? What are we doing here? Welcome to Mona's tasting session. Yeah, X-Man, at least it wasn't me putting on blackface or something. That would have ended my political career. Okay. So many kinds of fruits I've never seen before. These are new ingredients I discovered in the forest. So how can I help, Mona? It's up to you to taste the fruit and tell me if you like them. I've tried them all myself, so don't worry about them being poisonous. Speaking of which, speaking of ending somebody's career, this morning I've been kind of trolling through recaps of the Super Bowl halftime, and of course, just to put it up front, NFL, horrible organization, multinational, war apparatus supporting piece of shit organization, but the Kendrick Lamar halftime show, I mean, it has taken rap beef battles to such a new level. I mean, could you just imagine? With of course, they wouldn't let him say the word pedophile during the halftime show, but can you just imagine having the entire world watching the Super Bowl, including the current president of the United States, while you called your competition in the rap industry a pedophile without actually saying the word pedophile? Dude, I mean, seriously, Drake is not going to be leaving his house for a few months, at least. It's yeah, oh yeah, lots of symbolism too. I'm really glad I was watching, I don't know if you watch FD Signifier. I watch a lot of his stuff. It helps me kind of stay a little bit more in tune with that side of the community. But he was talking about how he was really glad that Kendrick didn't go like really overt, because when you go overt in those situations, they tend to be co-opted by the organizations you're doing it for. A good example is like the Barbie movie. You know, the Mattel, the Barbie movie, they're like, yeah, talk shit about Barbie all you want, make a critique of it, so they can pretty much co-opt it and nullify those arguments. And Kendrick did a really good job of not stepping over that and making it overt to where it would have been, essentially co-opted by a multinational corporation. Anyway, what are we doing here? I've tried them all myself, so don't worry about them being poisonous. Uh-oh. Screwface Gene, Ilnox. I'm not familiar with those. Nice. Yeah, FD Signifier, man, he is the best. He's probably one of my favorite YouTubers. And like I said, he's being that he's a part of a different racial community, it kind of keeps me a little bit more in touch with the other side of our socialist brothers, you know? So, anyway, if you try something you don't like, I've got water and milk over here. It's nice to try so many kinds of fruit. Shall I start? Wait, this one's still dirty. I'll wash it again. Wait for me here. Mona's so caring. Here you are, Shelza.
Wow.
Your Highness. I'm taking a break from some work, so what are you doing here?
Huh?
Mona and I are taste testing some fruits. Oh, Mona? May I join you? Of course. Can you just imagine being that personal with the royalty of your country? Yeah, no, I was, I actually had the same exact problem, X-Band, except mine goes back even further to the 80s gangster rap era. At the time, I mean, my brother got really into it, but I just didn't, I didn't relate to that type of stuff, so I kind of avoided and really didn't like it. And if you asked me, it probably, at that time, like in the 80s, it probably gave me fodder for being almost being raised a little racist and following in the footsteps of my parents, but luckily I didn't. It was actually the Gorillaz, I want to say, because I started getting into a lot of experimental music in the mid-90s. It was probably the Gorillaz that introduced me into the underground hip-hop world, with, of course, Clint Eastwood and Del the Funky Homo Sapien, who's the person who did the lyrics for that. Del the Funky Homo Sapien, I mean, he's Ice Cube's cousin. And instead of singing about gangster rap, which is always funny that Ice Cube sung about gangster rap, being that he wasn't part of that community at all, the closest person in that community was to that in that group was Eazy-E, and even he was just a petty drug dealer. Anyway, I like Del the Funky Homo Sapien because he sung about manga and mecha and sci-fi shit, and it introduced me to the entire underground genre of hip-hop, and I've been hooked ever since, man. One of the things that I found out that especially as far as my proclivities towards music is I love music with a fantastic beat. It's one of the reasons why I never really liked classical music, because classical music almost never has a nice solid beat to it. But then you got something like trap, which probably has one of the most complex beats of any type of music, because you have two different interwoven beat rates competing with each other. You have something running at like 60 to 80 beats per minute, and then you have, like the bass and the drums are usually at 60 to 80 beats per minute, and then the high end, like the vocals and the hi-hats and the melodies are all running at twice that speed. So it's how can you not like that? It's just amazing music. And this doesn't even touch on a lot of like the underground hip hop, like trip hop and oh yeah, dude, I love it. Anyway, where was I? Of course. Her Royal Highness knows Mona well. It seems she's too close. Her Royal Highness is actually sitting next to me. She'll be back in a minute. I don't think Mona will mind. Uh-oh. Is she getting the hots for the Royal Highness? Marvel and DC. Oh, yeah, I know, huh? Oh, no, I actually didn't watch it's kind of hypocritical of me, I guess, but I didn't actually watch the halftime show. I saw stills of it. That's about it. Yeah, I have no interest at all in watching it. Though I will listen to recap after recap of it, oddly enough. But yeah, I don't doubt it. There's, like I said, I saw a lot of stills, and there's just tons of symbolism, and it wasn't accidental, if you get my drift. A lot of it was extremely planned out. Like, a good example was the American flag, all made up of African Americans. The one part where he was standing in front of a bunch of African Americans who were dressed in very overtly African American dress, white t-shirts, jeans, grills, dreads, and stuff like that. Yeah, it was very intentional, the whole thing, and it was amazing. I think Kendrick Lamar outdid himself. And of course, I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. I have been for a while. I've been since probably before Damn. I'm pretty sure I heard of him before Damn was dropped. Yeah, I know. And that was the cool thing is all of it was very, it could have been interpreted in so many different ways, and, but you knew it was being said. You know it was being said. But somehow I doubt the old square white people in the audience did. But rap seems to be losing it. One of the things that FD Signifier said that kind of rung a weird note for me was that he said the other day he was playing a Madden game and he had a country song come on it, which he said it was weird because, you know, Madden's been nothing but populated by rap music for, you know, over a decade now. And to actually hear a country song on a Madden game was kind of off-putting. Not that he didn't like country, but, you know, it just meant that the people who make the game have decided that it's less of a priority to keep that type of music in the game, you know? That's weird anyway. Oh, if it isn't Lady Gwyneth, you picked a good time to come. Oh yeah, so that was another one. Okay, let's talk about a little bit more here. So I hang out in a lot of the neurodivergent communities, which of course, the neurodivergent communities, whether they're Caucasian or whatever, are, you know, overtly being targeted by the current administration with their policies. And, you know, just to get that out of the way, I do want to say that one of the ways that the current administration is affecting the neurodivergent population is I got to watch some kid who was really upset in the autism community because one of his special interests, and if you understand autism, you understand that special interests are like what keep a lot of autistic people sane. There's really no better way of putting it. It pretty much keeps us on track. It allows us to cope with the world that we don't fit in very well with, right? And his was not geology or geography, but what do they call it? Map making. I can't remember the proper name of it. But anyway, that was his special interest, and one of the things he loved doing was exploring the world through Google Maps. And now, knowing that the current administration has affected his special interests so intensely as to co-opt the name of a landmark that they had no right to co-opt, has pretty much driven a wedge between him and his special interest. He can no longer at least use Google Maps for it, which unfortunately is the best option for that. Yeah, that's oddly enough, that's one of the reasons why I've been having problems sleeping too. I've reconnected with an old friend who's on the other side of the political aisle, and I can't handle having discussions with certain people like that because they're pretty much fed all that same propaganda. They use all the culture war issues as distractions from the fact that rich people are currently looting our country. And of course, a lot of the culture war issues that they hold so dear perpetuate racist systems, you know, white supremacist systems like the immigration issue and stuff. And I'm just having a problem dealing with it. So at this point in time, I'm having a really hard time wanting to stay in contact when I know it's literally draining me of my energy. So I don't know what to do about it. So he's a real nice guy, and I know he particularly isn't like that. But he uses a lot of, like when we discuss stuff like that, he brings out a lot of the same arguments that aren't really made to be productive in conversations. They're literally given to Republican constituents not to be genuine about a conversation, but to intentionally derail them. One of the ones that he dropped the other day was the United States isn't a democracy, it's a republic, which basically only, unless you're talking to somebody who's uneducated in political science, which I am not, you're going to look stupid. You're going to look stupid because democracy and republics aren't mutually exclusive. You can have a republic that's a democracy. And at the time, the only country that I could think of off the top of my head that was a democratic republic was North Korea. So I said, hey, don't use what you know about this country, but use the name of it that I'm about to give you. What would you say to the Democratic Republic of North Korea not being a democracy because it's a republic? And he says, well, it's not a democracy either. It's like, no, yes, it is. It's a democratic republic, just like the United States. The only difference is it's a corrupt democratic republic, which is actually not different than the United States because the United States is also a corrupt democratic republic. No, we don't have a democracy in another way. It's because we have a uniparty system, or what I call a faux dual-party system, right? We have a two-party system that's made to look like two parties, but it's not. It's actually two parties that both represent the same underlying structure, right? So we have no choice about who we elect in our parties. They're all chosen for us. And we have very little control over who gets elected. Yeah, I know. And the pronoun thing, again, culture wars, it's not meant to solve anything. It's meant to literally distract them from the actual problems in our country, and it's frustrating as hell. They should not be caring about what anybody thinks about their own life and just concentrate more on their own. And if they did concentrate more on their own, our country would be a better place. So, I better change my little warnings on my channel to say that if you hit my channel, you might hit a political discussion. Right now, I only have the fucking cursing on it, so I should probably put that in overt drug use. I probably talk about drugs now and again, but the politics thing I should have put on there long ago. Anyway, that was a nice fun rant about politics for the last 10 minutes. Anyway, yeah, so I'm having problems with because I don't know if you know this, but my mom was pretty much sucked into all that stuff, and I had to occupy way too much of my time learning about politics when I should have been learning about other things that I was truly interested in, like game development and programming, because my mom had been basically sucked into a right-wing cult, is the only way that I can describe it, a right-wing echo chamber. And because of that, I had to take every one of those fucking stupid-ass arguments that she threw at me that weren't intended to create a genuine discourse, but to create discord and division in people, that I now have a mind filled with this shit, and thanks to that, it's pretty much radicalized me on the left side of the political spectrum. Well, yeah, and that's the whole thing. That's how you know that it's a distraction issue, is the fact that they believe that government shouldn't be paying attention to their personal lives, that government should be respecting their privacy, yet they're currently supporting an issue that is specifically where government is meddling in a certain group, a minority group's privacy. And the worst part is what they're doing is they're of course perpetuating yet another, it's an easy distraction because it's one of those things where it appeals on a psychological level to tribalism. So it's really easy to get people to
chafe against something that's not like them, that they don't understand, and rally against it instead of paying attention to the shit that they should be paying attention to, that more directly affects their life. Oh yeah, and that's been brought up a few times too. The American propaganda against the USSR, the American propaganda against North Korea, the general American propaganda against communism in general, Cuba, the demonization of Che Guevara. I mean, if you're listening to what the United States is saying about certain things, you're getting a very skewed perspective on the world. So, and of course, as I've grown up, I've learned that. Okay. What was the last one? I guess since the fall of the Soviet Union, they feel they don't need to pretend to care about freedom so much. I guess. I mean, it's not like killing the Soviet Union killed it. If anything, it kind of amplified it, because now we have BRICS, right? So the Soviet Union was a communist country that was essentially destroyed by U.S. sanctions and meddling. And because of that, it inspired the formation of the BRICS nations. And the BRICS nations don't care if you're communist, unlike the United States. And on top of that, they're taking the quickly fading United States dollar and replacing it as an international trade monetary system, so they can support other nations who we've been trying to crush through sanctions or penalize because we don't like their policies, or we can't capitalistically exploit their resources through colonialism. And yeah, it's one of the reasons why you can tell the American empire is just on the decline. I wish it wasn't true. I wish we would have just gotten our shit together. But instead of getting our shit together, we've decided to follow the same destined to fail policies that are slowly driving us down while bringing up the rest of the world. And it's kind of depressing. It's kind of depressing if you ask me. 25 minutes in. Oh yeah, I know, huh? Anyway, yeah. It's nice. It's nice to have a conversation with you, X-Band. Most of the time, you're just idling, you know. And it's one of the things that's been driving me lately, because, like I said, reconnecting with old friends who have beliefs that I not only vehemently disagree with, but I can detect that their arguments aren't made to be genuine arguments and are made to be divisive, to divide the population. So, anyway. Where the hell was I? Oh yeah, she just met the princess. It seems so. Mind if I join? Sure, you can both taste the same fruit and tell me what you think, okay? Yes. Of course. Try this first. Ooh. A berry? A golden berry? Try yellow fruit. Delicious. Very soft on the palate. This is so sweet. I like it. I'll make a note. This is next. A red fruit. I don't have a choice. Why does it give me choices? This is delicious. Ooh, it's spicy tart. Tart milk, Mona. Here you go. Phew. I feel better. Let's move on. Try moon-shaped purple fruit. It's acceptable. Ooh, this one's bitter. Haha, here, have some more milk. Alright, this next one I thought it was not bad. Green. It's a bit tough, but there's a refreshing aftertaste. Wow, this one's also disgusting. Am I secretly a picky eater? That's not cool at all. I'll be messing up Mona's taste test. Just pretend it's delicious. Oh, this one tastes good. Haha, good. Like Her Royal Highness, I think it's super delicious. Good, I'll make a note of that. This is very sweet. I like it. Ah, good. It's alright. Not a bad taste. Alright, good. Great, I've got them all. Thank you for your cooperation. Here, take the leftover fruits with you. I'll pack them up. Ah, if I get the ones that I think are gross, maybe Papa will like them.
Thank you for these, Mona, if I may. Of course, my princess. All right. And here are yours, Shelza. Thank you, Mona. Oh, these are the ones I actually like. Nice. I'm back. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Sure. Oh, lots of things to do today. Let's start off with admirers. Looks like our mood's a little low. If this letter arrives, I hope it will kiss your face for me. Mr. Hedgehog, who wishes to stay anonymous. Okay, well, that's a little creepy, but we'll express some gratitude, because that will give us some mood. What is this? I'm in a calm mood. Papa, can you tell me about the history of our house? Well, first it was built, and then we lived in it. Oh, we got a skill point here. What do we got? Oh, the Master of Alchemy. I need that badly. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, definitely. That'll help me do my alchemy goal, which I desperately, desperately need. Ooh, my intelligence is finally an A. I can probably start to concentrate on other things pretty soon. I wonder if you can get above an A. I wonder if it maxes out somewhere. It says 496 remain to get it to the next location. So, do I want to try for that? I mean, the other ones are pretty close, like 54, 86, 64. Wow, that sounded like the most outrageous measurements in the world. Yeah, that girl's 54, 86, 64. That's like shaped like a pear or something. Not that that's a problem. But anyway. Is there anything still unclear about the mission? Please feel free to come to me. So, we've completed the stack of literature. So, what do we got left? Clear mind. Mind reach 30. So, I'm at 29 of 30. I'm almost there. Successfully repair 5 items, and we're not even close. So, that's what I got to do there. 75%. My God. Okay, so let's start off by talking. Be careful of magical beasts. I have always remembered your teachings. Okay, get that mood up. Give some pocket money. And, oh, she has a lot of money. Oh, that's right. I got that big allotment of money from somewhere. I think it was from doing one of the forest missions, I think. Huh? Do you have any unfulfilled dreams, Papa? Sure. Master classes are 1,500. That's a bit much. We can go ahead and use that bed rest, because that'll only give us 3 action points, which will top us back out. And let's make our rounds. Let us start at... What are we going to do today? That is the question. Let's start at the Central Plaza. I don't see any shiny thingies, which is a shame. Ooh, 20% off at the sword store. Hey, Mr. Bard. I love the atmosphere of the plaza. Oh, nice. Do you think I sing well? Thank you. You're very welcome, Rebecca. I love to sing. If I hadn't opened a clothes shop, I would have been a singer. Nice. Okay. I like that explorer dress. That's really nice. Really nice. I don't want to spend all that money, though. However, let us go gamble. We shall gamble. No, I know the rules. What are you talking about? Confirm. That one. That one. And... doesn't matter, I guess. Let's use the little lady's dice. 6. Oh, you suck. 5. You suck. How is that even possible? That's fixed. This is fixed. Oh, finally. Okay, let's roll. Let's do little lady 4. Right. And then that is a break. Oh my God, we spent this whole time talking about politicking and not playing the game, and now here we are at the first break. This is Thorn with Game Design Lexicon. If you like listening to my rants about my me being a kooky leftist, by all means, give us a follow down below here on Twitch. If you like watching our game content, that would also be a good reason to stay. Certainly not going to be unashamed about who I am. If you do like our content, but you can't catch our live shows, by all means, hit us up over on YouTube, where we do air this content usually a week after the fact. You can hit the subscribe button and the alerts button over there, and that will allow you to figure out when we're coming out with new videos. If you do watch our videos, make sure you give it a like and comment if you can. I certainly appreciate it. And if you need to know our schedule, it is down below in our About stuff. I'm going to take a short musical break, and I will be right back.